Hello YouTube, this is going to be the second part of the review of my MB03, and it's basically going to be a disassembly slash internal review. So let's just get right to it. I don't need to do that. Now on the MB03, sometimes these two screws right here, sometimes I like to strip out a little bit for the metric, so I have to use a SAE in order to get it out. But the first thing you want to do is remove your magazine, obviously. And next thing you want to do is remove these two screws. They're both they're both Allen key, or Allen screws, I should say. And the front one is the one that stripped on me. The back one, oh no, the back one's starting to strip on me. That's nice. So I gotta pull. Now, yeah. Yeah, I say you don't want to fit. Oh, there we go. Yeah. The front one has stripped so much, I basically do have to use the SAE set. And if that happens, you know, they're pretty cheap screws. I mean, they're not even like really good quality. So, yeah. Now, let's see if I can get this one out. There we go. Right. Alright, now after you have those two screws out, you just separate the two receivers until they're completely separated, and then set the stock aside because you don't need to do anything with that. And then you have your basic receiver, well, upper receiver I should say. Now here you're just going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. I'll just close these real quick. Any normal size Phillips head will get the job done. And you're going to screw this, and then this just comes apart, or this comes right off. Now, this is not all one piece of plastic. You can take this part out, and this plastic piece is actually tapered a little bit, and the narrower end of it actually is the one that goes into the main trigger guard. Just set those aside, don't lose any pieces. And now you can go ahead and pull out the guide stop. Just simply comes out, and sometimes it'll easily come out, and if it's pretty difficult to get out, all you have to do is take a flathead screwdriver and then just sort of angle it so it's right against the guide stop, and then just slowly tap on it with something like maybe another screwdriver or maybe a rubber mallet or something. And then once you pull out the guide stop, you can pull the bolt up and right out. Now I'm going to set this aside real quick, and I'm going to need a pair of, where are they? You know what, I'll just do it by hand. Now, crap. Where the heck are my needle nose? Oh, there they are. Now, for this, Lilacs does make a cylinder tool, but it's $20 on Airsoft Atlanta, and I personally don't think I would spend that much money just for a small tool, unless I was doing the job a lot, obviously. But basically, you take a pair of needle nose pliers, and you put it into the two little holes right there. If I can get it, and there we go. And then just twist the, if you're looking at the cylinder head, you twist it counterclockwise. This is not the best pair of needle nose pliers I have. I have a little thinner pair, but I don't know where they are right now. And once you loosen it up enough, you should be able to just pull it out. Now, if you look at the cylinder head, it has a pretty narrow air passageway or port, you could call it. Although what's nice about it is this can't think of the name. Basically, like when they cut this out, this meshes in really well with the hop-up unit to create a better air seal than if it was just to be flat. Alright, now let's look at the internals. They want to oh, there we go. No, they don't want to come out. If they don't want to come out, just get something in the back here and just start pushing, and then they should come right out. Most of the time they'll come right out, but this spring, I believe, was compressed for an extreme amount of time because I don't really have any spring to compare it to, but it's a lot shorter than most sniper rifle springs, and my hands are extremely dirty. Sorry about that. Alright, so I don't believe this is how it normally comes on the well, but it's just how mine is when I got it. And then you just got a plastic spring guide and a plastic piston. Now, I put a heavier spring in here just to see what would happen, and it came out of a Snow Wolf M99, and it actually bent the piston, so that's why my piston's a little bent. I plan on replacing it. And just to let you all know, this is all VSR10 compatible. VSR10 springs, pistons, spring guides, cylinder, it's all VSR10 compatible. So if you want to pick up either a Laylax or Airsoft GI Teflon cylinder, go ahead and do that. The Airsoft GI, I believe, is $80 and the Laylax is $120. Pistons are endless. Polar Star, Airsoft GI, Laylax, PDI, I believe, makes one, and I believe Element makes one. But that'll run you anywhere from $35 to possibly $70. Springs, you can go and pick one up from Airsoft GI. Like Airsoft GI makes some, Laylax makes some, PDI makes some, Element, I mean, it just goes on, and same thing with spring guides. I do plan on replacing this once I do get enough money, but yeah, alright. So now let's get on to the trigger unit. How am I doing on time here? Man, this is a long part of the video. Good thing I'm making this in parts. Alright, now to get the trigger mech out, you're just going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, and just pull out the two screws located on the front and back. There is a washer under them, so be careful not to lose them or get them inside the outer barrel or something. And just pull the one in the rear.
Hi, fellas.
Alright, and then you have your trigger mech right here. It's just a standard VSR10 trigger mech, completely compatible with any upgraded sear sets. Piston sear, complete VSR10. If you want to pick up a really nice pair of sears, go with the Polar Star ones, as they're claimed to never be worn by any airsoft spring. And Airsoft GI has a pretty good set, although the Polar Star one does not come with the guide stop, and the Airsoft GI one does. The Polar Star is $75, I believe, for the set, and the Airsoft GI is $55. Laylax also makes them as well. but that's rather expensive because they don't sell it as a set, they sell it as individual pieces, and I believe they're like 20-25 bucks a piece. And the trigger unit is actually pretty nice quality. I mean, it seems like pretty nice metal was used when they made it, and everything functions properly. Yeah, I think I might get a little stiffer spring on that trigger. Maybe that'll do the trick for the trigger pull. Alright, and now let's get to the hop-up unit. Again, you're just going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. Remove this screw. There we go. And also, before I start twisting that off, you're going to want to move the, I believe it's the magazine well. I can't remember the exact name of this. I think it's just to keep the magazine in place. You have two screws, one in here and one in here. Remove the spring first. And that spring, I believe, in turn pushes on the magazine release. I think. I can't exactly remember. Alright. That screw just comes out. And the one in the front. Alright, also you have a your hop-up adjusting knob, you could say. Actually, it's not a knob, it's the lever. That screwdriver's too big. Alright, and then it just comes right off. Again, don't lose any of these parts. Alright, and then the barrel just rotates out. Screws out, I should say. Alright, and then set the main receiver and scope aside. And then you have your hop-up unit and barrel. And set aside this. Now, as you can see, I made duct tape spacers for this to try and keep the barrel in place. Now, to disassemble your hop-up unit, it's a fairly big pain in the butt. And wow, I'm already at 13 minutes. But you have these two screws on the arm. There's number one. And there's number two. Alright, and then you also have a third one that's on the body of the hop-up unit that holds the arm in place. Alright. And then you also have two that hold the hop-up unit together. One's located here at the front of the hop-up unit, and one's located here at the back. Now, I believe this is compatible with the PDI hop-up chamber. You can buy that off of Airsoft GI for $200, although I'm not completely sure. I believe it is. It looks just the same when you look at the pictures on the website. When you look at the PDI hop-up unit, it looks exactly the same as this one, except what's nice about the PDI one is that it accepts AEG buckings and cut barrels. And this screw doesn't want to come out, but I believe it already is. Alright, and then the arm just comes right out. You can actually take the arm out after you take out these three screws. You don't have to take out these two. But then, just put your screwdriver in here and hold everything in place. Then you can take off the top half of the hop-up unit, and then you have the rest of the hop-up unit. And I'm just going to move the camera. Tripod set up. Sorry how long this is turning out. You know what, I'm just going to make this into part 3. So click right here, and that'll take you to part 3. Alright, see ya.